Hey, it's Inside McGee. I haven't uploaded in a few months, and I'll explain why before I get into the meat and potatoes in this video. Yeah, just a lot has happened in the world, but I can't cover it better than 99.999% of the people who covered it. They got more money, they got more resources, they got more time. I kind of made shit posts about current events. The things that have been happening in the world don't deserve shit posts, okay? I'm not gonna make the same entering the prison for 45 years joke that everybody's heard like a trillion times by now. Let's be honest here. It's not funny anymore. Like you gotta stoop real fucking low to make a new EDP 445 joke. That well is dry, gamer. You can't do that no more. And with that minute long fucking monologue, let's get into what I actually want to discuss here. It's this piece of shit. This is my first guitar. I play guitar. Yeah, shocker. There's actually something mildly interesting about my character. And, like every guitar player, for a period of time, I've ignored my first guitar. Because I've got a bunch of other guitars now. My first guitar kind of fell at the wayside. Because it's not nearly as good as every other guitar I own. Yeah, I'll admit it. This thing's a $50 piece of shit from China. And I still love it. This guitar is like your first girlfriend. Doesn't match up to the love of your life, but goddamn, still special. Still hold a special place in your heart, even though they're nowhere near who you're trying to shack up with now. And I still love this guitar. Even though the body is chipped, cracked, warped, dented, this guitar still means something to me. Every chip has a story. Every crack, a tale. And every dent holds some little piece of me in it. Which is why I've decided, instead of letting this guitar fall by the wayside for a little bit longer, that instead I'm going to restore it. I tore this thing a long time ago. Tore this thing apart a long time ago. Otherwise, I would have shown you the whole process. But I decided I'm going to completely restore this motherfucker. To do that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to install a new EMG wiring kit where the Chinese pots used to be, using a 500K tone pot or volume pot. I don't know. I'm thinking about sticking with one volume and putting something special in there, like an afterburner or a kill switch. I'm gonna install a new bridge, probably a Fender or a hip shot bridge if I can afford it. I want this thing to work, and I want it to work well. And finally, for the body, I'm gonna put a new EMG H4 in there. I have one on another guitar that I modded. It's my BC Rich Stealth that I have on the wall. That's a different story. I call it the Ratocaster. And after that, I'm going to work on the neck. The neck needs a lot of work. The fretboard itself is in good condition, and the frets are still in good condition. Probably could use a leveling and polishing, but that's about it. But I'm going to install new tuners, probably locking, and I'm going to carve up the headstock because it was butt ugly. It's an ugly headstock. It's like if the Dean Inline 6 headstock and the Ibanez headstock had a fucking baby, and that baby came out deformed after fetal alcohol syndrome took place because Ibanez is a shit mother. But I'm going to carve that up. I'm going to make it look better. At the end of the day, my goal is to make this guitar a lot more special than it was when it came out of the factory. And it's to make this guitar hold a little bit more of me because I decided to put more of myself into it. This guitar has been there from the start of my guitar playing journey. It's been there for some of my best days, and it's been there for some of my worst. And I feel that it's about time I gave back to it. It's about time I made this thing special again. So, I hope you guys stick around to watch these videos, because it might be entertaining to see how you yourself might be able to mod your project guitars by using commonly available parts like EMG wiring kits, used pickups, And say you want to carve up that Squire's headstock and make it look different, I can show you how, maybe. So, why don't you stick around? Thanks a lot for watching.